The puzzle title gives us too much of a hint, so I'm not going to give it to you until the end, but I will work through the 5 steps with you as we take note of the fact that material is equal here, and we, step 1, identify our opponent's threats. And the way to do that is to simply say, what would our opponent play if it was still his turn to move? And he would play rook to c4, defended by his queen, because it puts our queen en prise and defends one of his targets. Now, speaking of targets, step 2 is to identify the targets, the king, the queen, and anything that's undefended, the pawn and the rook. Step 3, identify piece relationships, and we have an important piece relationship between our queen's bishop and his queen. And you'll note that if we move our e-man, that will be a discovered attack on the queen. That brings us to step 4, identify your active moves, and what could be more natural than unleashing the aforementioned discovered attack against the queen. The problem is step 5, identify the continuation, and the continuation is obvious. We have attacked his rook, and we're forcing him to play step 1, his threat. Rook c4, attacking our queen, and then that's just equality. We haven't accomplished anything. So instead, we go back to step 4 and identify our active moves further and realize that we can simply take the target on c3. Queen takes pawn, attacking the rook on a1, and he'll have to move his rook to safety. Now, you'll note that there's a back rank weakness here, but we want to resist the urge to play queen e1 check, because after he blocks with his bishop on f1, he is not that far behind. He's still fighting. Instead, now is the time to unleash the discovered attack against his queen and play e5. And the point is that rook c4 is no longer available to him because of the tempo-gaining queen e1 check. If rook c4, queen e1 check forces bishop f1, and then he'd lose his queen. So that's why he tries queen e2. That covers e1, and it pins our pawn. He's hoping we capture with the pawn so that he can get some compensation with queen takes bishop. We're not going to do that. We're going to take with the queen, and that wins us a rook cleanly and gives us a winning position.